Hey folks, welcome to the June 11th SIG Windows community meeting. This is a recorded meeting, so please adhere to the code of conduct from CNCF, which basically translate to be nice and kind to everyone. All right, without further ado, let's kick off this meeting. The agenda looks pretty light today. Announcements, the main announcement I think I have is KEPs are due June 14th. I don't think we have any KEPs from our discussion last time. The last one we might have had is the CRI work that Kirtana was doing, but I didn't hear anything back from James or even Kirtana. I think what's happening is they're actually doing some implementation work. So I think that's what's going on in that area. So we should be fine is what I think as far as KEPs go. Does anybody else have any announcements? All right, going to give a couple of minutes for, were you going to say something, Claudio? Sorry.
I was gonna say that no information from my side.
Okay, no worries. We just want to give a couple of minutes for new contributors or new folks new to SIG Windows to say hello. I'm just going to give a couple of minutes for folks to speak up.
Sure, I could go ahead and go. So yeah, I'm Adrian and I work on Windows Container Networking. So yeah, figured I'll start coming more to these meetings as a regular from now on.
Oh, awesome. Happy to have you. We always need more Windows networking folks. It's, we can't have enough. So glad to have you.
Yep.
Adrian, do you work, where do you work?
Microsoft. So like with
Excellent. Okay.
like Stravant and Greg Husansa on the PM side.
Okay. Yeah. I've worked with Greg pretty closely during my Red Hat days, actually.
Oh, cool.
I know him from
So
my
basically,
Red Hat days.
if we have any networking related issues, we can just call you, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I
Yep.
mean, we could start. I mean, if we are still here on this topic, if I may for a second, are you familiar with network policies and Kubernetes? It's basically ACLs or security groups or whatever you want to call them. It's basically like a firewall, to say so.
I am somewhat familiar with them. I am still onboarding. Like this is like my third month. But I am somewhat familiar with them.
Was asking because there were a couple of questions a few weeks ago regarding some SIG networking, SIG Windows crossover, in which a couple of tests are not currently running on the Windows CIs. They're currently skipped because we believe that they do not work on Windows and they're not currently supported. It might also be because of the CNI, the Container Network Interface, which is being used, which is Calico. In our case, in the CI that we are using, but from what run we've done for network policies, not all of them are getting applied properly or working properly according to the rules which are expected to work or be set. So just wanted to bring that out to your attention if you'd have some
I could definitely
samples.
I could definitely get back to you perhaps the next week's meeting. So I'll look into that.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, Claudio, I think it'll help if you can link Adrian to either the Slack discussion or the PR, which I think Dan Winship opened, or the issue where we're discussing this, so that he knows the context a little bit better.
Yeah, it's a GitHub issue. I will link it in chat shortly.
Okay, sounds
but
good.
you can go ahead.
Thank you. I'll look into it.
Great.
Awesome. The next yeah, so we have kind of snuck into the agenda. I put a note about the network policy discussion we briefly had. I'll also mention Adrian is going to look into it. The other topic is actually from, I think it was either James or Mark, who wanted to say a little bit more about the CPU manager policy. I don't see either of them. I know Mark is not going to be able to make it today. I don't see James. So we might be at the end of our agenda for this week. And so might be able to give all you folks some time back, unless there are other things we want to talk about.
If I just remember another networking thing, session affinity, for example. I've linked in chat the issue which was opened regarding script
Oh yeah,
tests
I see.
on Windows, mostly SIG network tests script on Windows. Another huge suite of tests would be session affinity.
Yep.
From what we
Actually, regarding this GitHub issue, actually, I'm already looking at it. Getting some data on and going through each test individually at the moment. I will likely have something, if not for next week, the week after that. So, yep,
awesome.
actively looking at this one already.
Yeah, because at the first glance, when I looked at it, basically there was no visible sign of session affinity being done, which might be something that would be useful to have.
Yep, it seems for the most part, most of these are actually wrong. They're not Linux only at this point. There are a few that are right, that should still be Linux only, but yeah, I'm still looking at it, and I think, yep, like I said, either next week or the week after that, I should have something.
I had a couple of CI runs for those currently skipped tests. You can see in the comments on the issue, and also some logs and details what I found. Maybe that's going to be useful for you as well.
Yep, looks good. Looking at it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sounds good.
Great. Awesome. Thanks.
Yep.
All right, folks, if there's nothing else, I'll give everybody back 20 minutes and I'll see you all on Slack. Thank you, folks. See you later.
Thanks. Bye.